Hey everyone, welcome back. Time for another review. Today I'm going to do a brandy that might be an odd one to review. So if you've watched this channel with any sense of frequency or whatever, you'll know that my brandies chosen are pretty much all over the place. I go from cheap brandies to pricier ones, or I haven't yet gotten the pricier ones, but they're in the future. I have a couple in some future reviews. And I want to say that my goal for this channel is to drink all the brands that are available to me in the store. And when I go into the alcohol store, I literally go right down the row. And to keep track of my head, I've been starting from the bottom and working my way up. And you know, bottom shelf is not the best brandies in the world. So today I'm actually going to review what is the last brandy on the bottom shelf of my local alcohol store. Now, well, let me introduce you to Gold Crown Coffee Flavored Brandy. Caramel ingredients put in, and it's 30% proof. There's so many things about this that scream bottom shelf. If you didn't know Gold Crown and you've never heard of Gold Crown, first of all, this label to me just feels very unthrilling, unimaginative. I don't know, and there's no information on the bottle. There's nothing on the back. There's no recipes. There's just a little bit of the warning. There's just nothing here that grabs you that says they put a lot of effort into that. Doesn't mean that it's, maybe there's some very expensive brandies that are minimal in their labeling, but for me, I feel like sometimes the label gives it away. The other thing that says cheap is the color. Now, obviously, this is coffee brandy. It's going to be a little darker, but I have found that when it's dark like this, from my point of view, it looks like oil. Often not thrilled by it. So I like a brandy that looks more like this. Look at that. That's beautiful. This is McCormick's, which will be in a future review. And I'm drawn to something that looks like this. So when I see this, even knowing it's coffee, I just cringe a little bit. But it was the last thing on the bottom shelf, so I'm working my way up. I have to do it, and one more thing before I get into it is I have found that just because something is cheap doesn't mean that it's bad. Just because something is on the bottom shelf doesn't mean it's horrible. I love Christian Brothers Honey, and that's a bottom shelf brandy, and it's awesome. And right next to it on the shelf is Mr. Boston, and Mr. Boston is just about as cheap as you can go, and their coffee brandy is phenomenal. Their blackberry brandy is also phenomenal. So let's find out if Gold Crown is one of the bottom shelf, or if it's just on the bottom shelf. So let's find out. I haven't had any yet. I just opened it a second ago, and we'll take a taste here. It smells like coffee brandy. Strong on the coffee. Whoa. That's strong. Wow. Well, it's better than Allen's coffee brandy, which you can't drink outside of coffee. I wish I had Mr. Boston here to compare it to, but it has I don't want to necessarily say aftertaste, but no, I guess that's the right word, aftertaste. Does it taste like coffee? Maybe a little bit. I'm going to do another one here. But you know what? This is actually pretty good. For a bottom shelf, unimpressive bottle, this is actually pretty good. I'm not making faces, so I guess that's the key. Alright, let's go for another taste here. It has a very, very distinct coffee flavor. Very, very strong on the coffee. What I mean by that is, well, my Allen's I actually declared was less coffee and more like chocolate or licorice or something. And it has an alcohol taste to it. This actually tastes like coffee. Cold coffee. It's not like I'm gotta be to start drinking this instead of coffee in the morning, but yeah, that's actually really good. I'm surprised by how good it was. I actually was not expecting this to be palatable, that easily palatable. To go back to what I said earlier, yes, the bottom shelves are the cheapest, and the top shelves are the most expensive when it comes to, well, for brandy anyways, and I don't buy anything else, but I assume everything's kind of like that. But that doesn't mean that it's necessarily really, really bad. And so, alright, we've done the bottom shelf. Actually, there's a few middle shelf brandy that I reviewed that I thought should be on the bottom shelf. So price doesn't always reflect, it doesn't always reflect quality. Now, I've been criticized for not giving any educational information on my videos. I'm just basically telling you how these things taste, good or bad or indifferent. And I couldn't find any educational information on Gold Crown. It might be out there and I didn't look that long, because that's not what the point of this is. This is the channel where I basically say, yay, buy that or don't buy it. I assume people who are watching these videos maybe are not connoisseurs. They just want to know what to buy. Is it any good? Is it worth it? Are they going to embarrass themselves at a party? This, you might embarrass yourself by showing somebody the bottle. Hey, I bought Gold Crown. And they may not be impressed by that, but you won't embarrass yourself when they drink it. Anyways, that's it. That's my rambles. Thanks for hanging with me. Thoughts, comments, opinions, whatever, please put them in the comments. I will respond or like everything. I will read everything that you put up